I talk a lot about being unbreakable and having like an unbreakable mindset and not being able to, be held back and not being able to, let other people's expectations and what they want for you determine and dictate how your life turns out, right? But the fact of the matter is that the only way you become unbreakable is to be broken, right? You have to be broken to be unbreakable. It's like when you break a bone and then set it and it heals, the bone heals stronger than it was before, right? And that's kind of how I look at my life and how I look at life in general, right? It's like, I've been in just some of the lowest, most seems like you'll never be able to figure it out or bounce back situations just on earth, man. Like, just from like a being broke aspect of it for so long, right? I was broke for years and years and years and years. I'm talking about, like, I was broke to the point, man, of like sometimes stealing diapers for my kids, right? Like, being fucking hungry, or sleeping in my van, or just even like being emotionally broken, right? Like, there was a point after I had broke up with my baby mom that, like, there were days, man, where I just didn't even want to live, man. Like, and it wasn't so much the losing like a romantic partner aspect of it. It was just like the losing my family aspect of it, and the fact that I had went from seeing my kids every single day for the first couple years of their lives to now I'm seeing them a couple days a week. Or there was a point where baby mom pretty much was just like, you need to just leave and never speak to me or the kids again. And I was like, you got me fucking fucked all the way up, bro. Like, that will never happen, right? And just the loneliness aspect of it, where because I was in Massachusetts for about 6 years, right? And I'm from the West Coast, right? And so I was out there for a couple years, solo, dolo, did not know nobody, did not have nobody, by myself, right? Like, maybe I texted my dad or something, right? But like, I was out there, and I was working, and I had my room that I was renting and shit, but like, there was nobody that I was able to be close to. I didn't feel like dating anybody. I didn't feel like even going out and having any friends or anything, right? It was just, I was training MMA, and I was working, and I was seeing my kids when I had them. But it was like, when you're fucking at the point where every time you drive by like a lake or you drive over a bridge, you're like, man, I could just fucking one sharp turn of the steering wheel, and all this fucking shit could be over, and this fucking kind of emotional hell that I'm in, right? Like, I had gotten so bad at one point, and I was so close to ending it at one point, that like my job that I had, I literally just took the keys, put them in an envelope, and fucking like slid them under the door of my job, right? And I was like a manager at this job, right? No call, no show, no, hey, not gonna be there, hey, I quit, nothing. Just fucking, like, I couldn't deal with life, right? And I fucking, like, just, like, I'm a person who fucking feels shit so deeply, right? Like, not to the point where I let my emotions, like, override me, right? But, like, I could be, chilling and, on the outside look like I'm having, like, a good day, but on the inside, bro, just be fucking screaming and wanting to end it all, man. Like I'm a person who feels things so deeply, man, and, like, I just, sometimes, man, I used to get to a point where I would let my emotions and what I was feeling just fucking run a train on my ass, right? And, it took me a while. It took me a lot of, using different things like guided meditations and music and, training MMA and just training and being fit in general, and, just a lot of deep contemplation and just sitting alone thinking, where I was able to, get myself to a point where I didn't let my emotions override everything and turn me into someone who was didn't have any impulse control, right? And so, just like I said, man, I went from a point where I didn't even want to be alive. Like, I'd wake up in the morning and genuinely be mad that I didn't drift off into death while I was sleeping. And I went from that point and being that low to where I'm at now is I get up in the morning and I'm so happy that I have another day. I'm so happy that I'm one day closer to making everything I ever dreamed about when I was a kid come true, right? And I look at life and I look at the world like, I get to get up in the morning and I get to go and do sprints and I get to drink coffee and I get to, FaceTime with my kids and I get to go train MMA, right? That's how I look at it whenever I fucking, even if I have a day where I don't feel like going into the gym, right? I'm like, man, one day I'm gonna be an old man and I'm gonna wish that I could spar. I'm gonna wish that I could roll. I'm gonna wish that I could fucking do sprints and do deadlifts, right? So the way I look at it now is like, I get to do this because I won't be able to do it one day, right? And that's where you need to get to if you want to really accomplish anything, right? Is you have to look at the world as something to be grateful for, and life is something to be grateful for, right? As opposed to something that you just have to endure until you get to, retire and kick your feet up on the beach, man. I'll never fucking retire, bro. Like, retirement, like, what am I gonna do with retirement, right? Just, you gotta be broken. Like, every man, every woman, everybody has to be broken at some point in their life, because if you don't ever get broken, you can never appreciate what it feels like to be on your way to being whole and to be on your way to everything that you've got coming. That's what I got for you today.